Well, I pretty much was clueless because I'd had Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois for years, which covered virtually everything, and I didn't have to think about it. The school would come up with the best thing, and I went along with it. So when it got to that point, I was like, help, where do I go? And pretty much I met Judy, or Judy was a neighbor, and she says, I know who you need to go talk to. And sent me up, and I talked to Mary, and she looked at what I needed. Prescription was a particularly big issue for me. I had some expensive ones. Looked at all my options and narrowed it down to a couple, and I selected. And so far I'm very happy with what I've had. It's proven to work well for me because, as I said, I had a couple of them, an inhaler for one that was $250.
Right.
And I'd been getting it for $30 for a 3-month supply,
Right.
which I knew wasn't going to continue. So to be able to get that and a couple of others,
Right.
I was able to see the black and white of what they would be. With a couple of them, for example, Crestor, they would not let me go with a generic. So I had to find something that was going to cover a good amount of that. And there's another one, I can't remember right off the top of my head which one that is, but there was no play with that one. It had to be that or nothing. And it probably saves me about a third from what it would have cost me with some of the other programs. And to keep my own doctors was especially important for me because I have several doctors at Mayo's. And so that was another big issue, was to make sure I could keep them and have at least a good coverage. It's not going to be all in most cases, but to have a good coverage for that.
Right.
That was important because I know there are some coverages that stay only in Arizona because people never leave. And I've been known to go overseas several times, and so I wanted to make sure I had coverage wherever I was.
Okay.